We are going to pray, but we're not going to pray. We're going to pray in 5 minutes. So here's the deal. Chicken dinners. Chicken dinners. You guys, I know you were in the conversation on the car ride here. If not tonight, at some night. These fundraising things, you never know. What is it going to be like? Is it going to be another one of those chicken dinners? Or maybe, just maybe, they might raise the level of the conversation. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because before we even get started, I wanted to just kind of warn you. My name is Dane Sanders. I'm the parent of Abigail. She was a founding freshman. That's right. And I'm just a little proud of her. And she is now a junior, staring at senior year. And I'm so excited to participate tonight with this event for many reasons. But again, for your sake, I want to give you guys some handles on the night. Tonight is not about another fundraising experience. In fact, nothing about Pacifica is just kind of normal. What's interesting about Pacifica is its commitment to far more than education. Education, you think it's a school, right? It's just in the education game. Pacifica is in the transformation game. So we would expect nothing less in our evening than to have a transformational night that we would relate with tonight, like it's going to be not just incremental improvement or a little bit better than the last event you went to, but that this would be radically different. And if we are successful in our interest tonight to really raise the conversation and to raise the experience for you all, you can anticipate that you will get excited. And we are here to raise money. So when you get excited, you thought you were going to give a certain amount when you arrived. It's going to be ridiculously more than that. We already know up front, the experience is so good, you will give more. So full disclosure, if you want to get out now. It's going to be awesome. On behalf of Pacifica, welcome to Bloom. This is an evening of thanksgiving and celebration and generosity. Tonight is going to be an amazing evening. And before we get started, we just need to thank a few people that I think have done an extraordinary job. And we have to start with the Bloom Committee. If you are a Bloom Committee member and you can hear my voice, will you stand just for a second to be recognized? And if your name is Angie Hill, will you stay standing? Where is she? Where is she? There she is, in the very back, hiding. Angie Hill, we could not have done this without you. You've done an extraordinary job, and everyone here wanted to pause and say, please, 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 make sure Angie knows how much we are grateful for your incredible work. Thank you. The second group of folks I want to reference are the sponsors who've made tonight possible. And these folks are incredible. Not only have they given generously, they've actually made it possible so that every dollar that is given tonight actually will go directly to our students and to the mission of Pacifica. So they've underwritten the whole deal. So you can be fully confident that 100% of everything that comes in tonight will be going directly to the mission. Now, yeah, let's give a round of applause for that. And of course, we have so many folks to thank in this, and we won't go down the list. You can see their logos and things on the screen. There's one family, though, in particular that I wanted to take time out for, and that's the Herbert family at Rogers Gardens. Thank you so much. We're so grateful. And then the final group I'll just reference quickly are our board of trustees. These are the unsung heroes who had this vision of Pacifica when it was literally nothing, ex nihilo. They have called it into being. And if you are a trustee and you can hear my voice, would you stand and be recognized right now? Thank you so much. So let's get our bearings on the night. Tonight is a night to celebrate. There's been so many incredible things that have happened over these last few years. It's a chance to look back. It's also a chance to look forward. And we hope to give forward, to invest in the future of what Pacifica is becoming. The program will be, no doubt, moving. You will have an opportunity along the way to give toward Pacifica. And I need to just say up front, we are the kind of folks, if you're new to the Pacifica community and you've not been to a Bloom event before, you should know up front that we're not precious about the night. We're going to be very clear. We have specific needs that we want you guys to participate with, and we're ambitious. We have a holy ambition for what God could do through this place. So to disclose up front and to kind of anchor the idea of where we're going to go financially tonight, we hope, Lord willing, is we have a specific number in mind of what we need to hit before June 30th of this year, and that's $400,000. $400,000, which seems like a big number. Tonight, our interest is to actually hit 75% of that. 75%. And I need to tell you up front, that's a ridiculous number. That's like a number way beyond what we could ever pull off on our own. But in light of this God that we serve and what this night could be, I just want to encourage you that if your heart is pulled in this direction, that you would stretch beyond what you would normally consider. If you're wondering what this looks like, there's a couple guys in the back row that you'll see texting throughout the night. They're probably holding some form of whiskey, and they look like they're emailing their friends. They're not emailing, they're competing is what they're doing. And if you want to get a clue of what that looks like, just look straight to Mike Hill in the back. He's the tall guy, and Angie's worried about his bidding. But you guys can match that. I want to go through the mechanics of how the bidding works this evening. It's pretty simple. You get a chance to give to some specific areas. I think that's the next slide. Let's see what happens when that pops up. One more click. This is magic. There it is. So when you give tonight, you're going to have a chance to support things like our program development, our campus enhancements, and financial aid. One piece in particular I want to call out is this Triton Event Center. The Triton Event Center it's our gym. And what's amazing about this single place is if you saw it a couple years ago, you'd be amazed at the transformation it's already gone through. But this is like the workhorse of Pacifica. So much happens in there, from athletic events to all of our chapels and all of our convocation. Everything that we do so much work in there. We touch so many students constantly in that space. And yet, it's a converted gym. And we have such a big vision of what we could do with that space. But we need the support to do it. And whether it be the classrooms, the beautification of the campus, all of the academics, arts, athletics, campus life, and actually helping our students get to the school. Many of you have benefited from our financial aid. These are the things that your support will go toward tonight. Now, the way it works is really simple. It's really one way to bid, and it's through this app that we have. You will have received a text. You click the link. This opens up if you have a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, we should have a conversation. I don't know what's going on with you. It's really simple, though. What you need to do is just look for green. This looks like a lot of information. You're not reading it all. You're just staring at a screen. Just look for the green part in the upper right-hand corner. Click on it. And when you click on it, you're going to get some options on things that you can support, the fund the need thing. And if you want, you can scroll through and pick your favorite. Honestly, though, if you want to pick all of them, just pick annual fund. It's really simple. It's an undesignated, unrestricted way to give to the whole kit and caboodle, and you'll be making a massive difference. So pretty simple. Click the link, click the green, and then put in a big number. Now, if you have a problem with this technologically, there's no shame in this. Just throw your hand up, and someone will come and help you work out your technological kinks. And it's really, really simple. So let's just practice. Would someone hold their hand up real quick? Okay, we have 3 people that really have problems. Can we help them really quickly? Someone? We need a team member. Where's our team members? Who's going to help them?
I'm actually supposed to be the helper.
Okay, you put your hand. Okay, that's great. That's perfect. That's perfect. But one last note I want to mention. If you guys have if you pull out your program real quick, I want to explain how the texting works. If you're on the text thread, the same text thread that you receive the link for the app. If at any point you want to put in a bid number, you can find out what the current bid is on that thing. And they're all listed on the left-hand side. And I just want to highlight 4 particular things. It's the life together over pasta, the dinner and discussion of the good life, language learning and salsa dancing, exercises in humility, and the place of food and theology and Christian life. These conversations, these are experiences that are one night only. These are extraordinary, and you'd be crazy to miss out. But I found out a little trick. So if you'll notice, there's several bid numbers for each of those in the around the table things, and there are different prices for each number. So if you put in 531, you're going to get one price, and if you put in 532, you get another price. So right now, while I'm talking, you can be texting and finding out what's the best deal on these deals. And I'd encourage you to do it. But bottom line is, these are extraordinary one-time experiences that I hope you take advantage of. Okay, I think that's it on the mechanics. The one more thing I want to just say up front is, and I hope you get the flavor of this, is we want to challenge you tonight. Regardless of the level of giving you had in mind, whether it was $10,000 or $20 or $2,000 or $200,000, the point of tonight is not the dollar amount. The point is the heart behind the giving. We hope that if you've been to fundraising events before, and I'm confident many of you have, you probably already noticed the flavor of this thing is a little different. We don't want to be pushy. That's not Pacifica. But we are the kind of community that want to make investments in big things. We have a vision that's much bigger than we are. And you all are the reason it's going to happen. Our interest is to not just make a better high school. We want to transform education in Orange County. Transform education in Orange County. And as Christians, we can actually go further and say, we actually are interested in transforming education. And this level of interest at this point in the game, friends, if you ever wanted to get in on the ground level, we are on the ground level. Like, there's no more ground than this level. And if this is like the best buy low, sell high opportunity I could imagine. Okay, enough about that. As your heart swells, my prayer is your generosity would swell with it. In a moment, I'm going to have a chance to invite Ken Carlson, our trustee, to come up and pray on the evening. But before I do that, I just want to make a quick introduction to David O'Neill, who will speak right after Ken. I first met or ran across David O'Neill when he was a student at Westmont College when I was teaching there several years ago. And he was a baseball player and a student. And what's so fun is he's reminded me that when he was in the cafeteria at Westmont College, he told me that he saw this little toddler running around, and of course that was my daughter Abby, who's now a junior at this school. It also happened to be that, interestingly, Mr. O'Neill and myself were both mentored by the same individual, a man by the name of Dr. David Winter. David was famous for his character. In fact, what's extraordinary about Dr. Winter is literally in one evening, several years into his 25-year career as a president at Westmont, he literally woke up one morning and lost his eyesight permanently. Like, can you imagine going to bed, you can see, you wake up and you can't see? And his immediate response was, and I'm not making this up, in response to the otherwise debilitating challenge, he declared, "Be Thou My Vision" would necessarily have to become the school's official hymn from that day forward. Now, Mr. O'Neill is also quickly becoming famous for his character. When faced with the otherwise impossible task of founding a truly liberating arts high school here in the heart of Orange County, not always famous for its intellectual inquiry from a committed Christian-centric worldview, where students are taught how to thrive under God's grace. This is what his interest was. And you'll hear him say this all the time. He wants people to think and live well. That's no small thing. And Mr. O'Neill and his remarkable team have done just that, with a similar vision of Jesus directing each and every step. And as the father of my daughter Abby, and you guys can imagine, this is every dad's dream, is to see their daughter show up at a place where she could have been a number, but she's not a number. She's like on this rocket ship to an entirely different reality, and I credit in large measure God's grace through Pacifica High School. So will you welcome Ken Carlson first, and then David O'Neill right after. Thank you.